But there is a thing called halal. It's a very bothersome thing for me, like I'll tell you why. It's not about their practice. When somebody else imposes their practice on me, then I have a problem. I think the entire Indian community, unless you subscribe, you have a freedom to choose what you want to do. But I think knowing what we know now, that's another pet phrase of mine, knowing what we know now, thukdan, जो कहते हैं वो, there is a videos galore, and there are mullahs who have said, justified, that without thuk, halal is not complete. That's a health hazard,
Yeah.
right? One of the beginning steps for all NRIs here is to, and all Indians all over the world, including India, is to contest and boycott everything halal. Because who knows what spit has gone into, whose spit has gone into that. It's a health problem, particularly even more so in this era, where we know that one saliva is able to determine your entire DNA analysis. So if it's such a significant thing is there, why don't we begin from there? That's an important point to begin a resistance. What do you think?
May I go on this
Yes,
one?
please,
Okay.
Nilesh. Yes, you.
Yeah, no, great point. We talked about taking small actions,
Yes,
series of actions, doing it repeatedly and consistently.
correct.
And we have to come up with these actions for the masses. And what you just said, Vibhuti is one wonderful example of it. Okay, not we are not going into vegetarian versus non-vegetarian,
Right.
for example, but when you go to a for outside meal and you go to a restaurant as a Hindu, and I'm saying that frankly, the Christians also should think of this very seriously. Okay, I mean, spitting in the food is not only, as you said, is a health hazard, but it's extremely disgusting. Okay, I mean, they should be prosecuted in the whatever legal ways that should be done. But for that reason and otherwise, when you go just for the cutting of meat and the halal way, ask the question. I mean, every Hindu and Christian, frankly, I would say, just going there should ask, is this served the halal way? Or, and if it is, refuse to eat, refuse to eat there, find another restaurant. Okay, or at least at the minimal, don't eat meat. But as you said, that halal extension is not just limited to meat now. When you think
Right,
of
exactly.
spitting, when
Yeah,
when these people are spitting in the food, right? I mean, what a disgusting act that is. So I'm
correct.
saying this small action, if you can, I mean, as a summary for today, if those people who are listening, if they can only take that one action, that if it's a halal food, that restaurant they go to, they will choose not to go to that restaurant. See, this is a business, right? Restaurants will change. I assure you, restaurants will change. It will take their time, but restaurants will change. Now we have a kosher restaurants, we have a vegan restaurant. Any restaurant that you, the kind of restaurant that you want, it will happen. Halal, take, I mean, it's a one thing. Take halal. Indians love to go out and eat in the restaurants. That's great. I mean, उसमें जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. But demand non-halal. Demand, if you are non-veg. I'm a vegetarian, but if you're a non-veg, demand Jhatka certification. I mean, there are organizations. I know the Sikh individual who is working very hard on it in India for Jhatka certification. Demand Jhatka certification, and definitely demand non-halal place for restaurant. Even if we do this as a single act, it's a beginning. It's not the end of it. But
Right.
even if we do this as a single act, as a New Year resolution,